Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back on another reaction video. Today we're going to be checking out a brand new hot drop from James Blunt. After Monsters, I absolutely had to check it out. So we're definitely going to dig in and see what's up with The Girl That Never Was. Let's go.
Darling, I know we talked about it one too many times, how there was something missing in our lives. A little life. So we tried. It was more than just a twinkle in your eye, but some things you just don't get to decide. At least we tried.
That's tough. That's tough already, right? Because I'm a father, and it's been the most wonderful blessing of my life, second to getting married to my wife. So I absolutely commiserate with this. There's nothing. That's tough.
The first casualty of life is the plan. When I look back, I'm not even sure that we were thinking. Somewhere she's probably dancing with her blonde hair falling like ribbons on her shoulders, just like we always saw. Bright eyes spinning in circles in the sunlight. Darling, we tried, but now it's over. We had it all and then we lost the girl that never was.
I do commiserate a little bit, though, because some kids never get born, right? Like my wife and I's first child was never born. She got pregnant, and we were happy. We were ready. We were moving forward, and it didn't work out. And we still, both of us, think about that all the time, right? The child that wasn't, that could have been. And will we get to meet her when we get home? What will happen on the other side of that? Because I believe that we will, right? I do believe that all of us get together, and that was there to teach us something, and it brought us closer together, and we got more serious about each other, and a lot was going on in her life at that point in time, and I don't know that it would have been the best time for that. Her mom suffered a heart attack at the same time my wife had her miscarriage, right? They were literally trying to keep my wife from finding out about it because she was having her trouble, and they were trying to keep her mom from finding out about it because she was having heart trouble. And so it was a whole thing. And maybe it was a timing thing, maybe it was just a lesson of come together, whatever it was, but we do still all the time remember the baby that never was. So I do commiserate with that. I do wonder what would have happened if we would have had three before God told us no. If the first one would have come along, would life have been different? How would it have been different? And I cannot wait until I get home and I get to meet the child that never was.
If I could say a million words to take away the pain, what kills me is you're trying to take the blame. You're not to blame.
That's an all too common occurrence in those situations too. It is not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. Right? God has plans, and sometimes those plans don't bring us the joy that we would like, right? Sometimes the things that we need to learn from that are hurtful lessons, and sometimes it is to extend ourselves in ways that we never thought about, like adoption or something along those lines, or surrogacy. That's always an option. Like, never think that it's because you're lacking in something, though, right? That God has a reason for it, even if we don't see it. And I know that sounds really trite to say, but if you know my story, then you know I'm never trite when I say that.
I'll never say I told you so. Sad I thought the worst. Tried drowning you in happiness. I only make it worse. We never should have picked a name, 'cause now she has a face. And now no matter what we do, no one will take her place. Somewhere she's probably dancing with her blonde hair falling like ribbons on her shoulders, just like we always saw. with your blonde hair falling like ribbons on your shoulders,
Oh,
just
so
like
beautiful.
we always saw.
So beautiful.
Bright eyes spinning in circles in the sunlight. Darling, we tried, but now it's over. We had it all and then we lost the girl it never was.
That was beautiful. It was great, and I loved it. Like, it's sad to think about it, right? Like, there are often times it happens often. Like, we didn't even get that far along. Like, she was still in the first trimester, but we invested ourselves into this child. Like, we were getting ready, and then life happened, and there was a miscarriage, and it was like nothing nobody did, but I'm sure she blamed herself, and I know I blamed myself for years, and it's never like there was nothing either one of us did. It was not something like there was no physical problems, right? I never put my hands on women like that, so it wasn't nothing like that, or like. But you blame yourself regardless of whether there is something or not. Like you blame yourself whether or not because in your mind there is, because in your mind, absolutely it's my fault. It has to be my fault. It has to be somebody's fault, right? It has to be somebody's fault. It's not. Sometimes that's just God saying not yet, and sometimes it's God saying no, and sometimes the answer is no, and that's a really hard one to take. It's really hard to take no when you want yes. Sometimes it's hard to take yes when you want no. And the greatest blessings in my life are my wife and my children. There is nothing that has done more to change me into the man that I am today than those three people. But there are four. There is a child that never was, and me and my wife talk about her. Like we're not part of any support groups or anything like that, but it is something that you need to talk about. It is something that you need to get out. It is okay to grieve a child you never got to hold, to grieve a child you never got to see an ultrasound of. Like because once you realize that the life is there, it becomes a part of your life. You feel it. And when your loss is there, you feel that too. And sometimes we tell people because we have gotten so casual about life and about the creation of life, we have gotten so casual that we just dismiss the fact that sometimes people lose and they don't feel like they get to grieve. You do. You get to grieve that. That was a life. And whatever the circumstance was that brought it about, you will get to meet when you go home. I firmly believe that because I believe that we are all one. We are all part of God and we're here for the lessons, right? And sometimes the lessons suck, right? This was great. I loved it. James, thank you so very much. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to James Blunt's page, give him a like, share, and a sub. Throw him a comment. The link is always provided in the box down below. These are the types of things I like to do, though. Like I like to talk about these issues. Like we're not just here to listen to the song and bob our heads. It's about feeling the emotions, and it is a sad thing to lose a child, even if you've never seen them. Something that you don't ever really get over, right? The miscarriage was 23 years ago, and it's still fresh, so it is what it is. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. You are perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are. And this has been Pitt Stake. Peace.